Good lord, everyone. Hello. I've never had so many people show up within a single minute of me pressing start stream. How's everyone doing? Also, I did mess with my ad settings, so we are going to go into an ad break like any moment right now. So sorry about that. But I set it to like 1 hour intervals so that I won't be so interrupted like I was last time, because I felt like I was interrupted every single time I got my groove going. So hopefully we'll only have like 1 or 2 interruptions this time. But I'm just gonna be sitting here chilling until that ad break message pops up, because I don't want to get into this before the ads. But it's like Minecraft, where every time you look it's nighttime. It basically, yeah, you spend all day in the mines toiling away, and then you only realize that it is nighttime and your base is very far from your mine. But not so. I've already had a very, very good morning. Overall, at least. I do have some things I need to talk about after the ad break, but it's okay. It all ties into the concept of today's Monday Musings. So I think today's gonna be fun. I don't have much of a plan, but when do I ever have much of a plan? I like to do things in a little rambling, sort of wandering way, where I just let my mind go places, and then, you know, with chat input, we can come up with some very great ideas. You know, last week we had the fear of failure be our topic. It was our topic for about 20 minutes, and then we just started talking about other things, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be probably still doing that more freeform sort of way. Howdy, Scooter. I do not have a first command. I should probably set that up, because that is it's a constant battle to be first. Also, thank you for the 33-month subscription, Chase. That is very crazy. That's been almost 3 years. But yeah, you were the first. You've got the first emblem next to your name. Look at that. I think you were probably my very first subscriber. Day 2 of requesting cat girl VTuber Koziet. As I said, I'm not going to be a cat girl forever. This is just a temporary. This is a temporary form. There is no permanent state of self. The cat girls for life. Though, look, Lumi, look. I will become my final form eventually. I just need the money. I have the money. I need the comfort of being able to spend so much money on art. I think it's a nightmare. But well, yeah, my uwu, you need to sit down, Sartana. Get Natia to do that. Your subconscious mind was so resistant to your message that it actually gave you a stroke, so that you wouldn't share that. Legion, money sits in escrow until the job is done. Yes, but the actual like giving away of the money, I'm very miserly. I do not like spending money on myself. I recently put $50 down on a set of emotes, and I nearly had a heart attack for it being $50. But I had to, you know, for some reason, commercial rights clauses like double the price, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm not the one who draws up the terms of service on those things, so I don't know why it's a common practice to doubly charge when everyone is using it for stream stuff anyway. Yeah, there we go. Ad break. All right. So in the meantime, I'm gonna take my medicine. I'm gonna start eating lunch, because I am about 2 hours early on this stream, and this is usually when I'm actually eating lunch. So Let me take my medicine. I've got a little thing of hummus and some pretzel sticks, so we're gonna be having a good time. Why early today? It's an experiment to see if I like this earlier time stream, because obviously like people show up 2 hours early. We've already got like 5 or 6 people in here. How early? This early. It's 2 hours earlier than normal. Mentally write it off as a business expense. I wish I could. I wish I could. But this is because I noticed that a lot of people that I am friends with don't really get the scared money don't make money. Yes, but will spending $1,000 on a model make me money? When, I mean, obviously, like, exactly. So, like, I'm not, if I had $1,000 to spend on something fun, then it wouldn't be fine. Then it would be fine, because I do have that $1,000, but again, like, investing in the model feels bad. It feels really bad for some reason. Even though, like, I'm so excited to get a model, I'm just not willing to put down the money. We were always poor growing up, and spending anything is always a moment. Yeah. Model isn't the cornerstone of my channel. Exactly. Which is why I haven't spent the money yet. And it's like, obviously, like, the model is the hook. Now, people see the mortgage at the moment is hard stuff, I can imagine. Just use my face. No. I'm ugly. I don't want people to see my mug. There's a reason why I'm an anime cat girl. Because, people will take me more seriously when I'm an anime character than if I'm a human being. Webcams are cheaper than V-models, and I have a webcam, it's already plugged in. But I don't think I can get the same vibe, you know? Too hot for human eyes. Anime is serious business, that's why, exactly. Because, like, this anonymity that comes with the model, I can be anyone that I want to be, and I think that's why I like it so much. Because, you know, get me in a room with real people, like face-to-face conversation, I'm not this open. I'm not this animated. I'm not going to sit here and just talk endlessly for an hour or two. But behind the model, I can't do that, and I'm very comfortable doing that, which is very strange. So it gives me like that safety net. I should what? I'm waiting. Did I say something? Yeah, I should. But okay. So I'm pretty sure the ads are done. So we're going to, I need to preface this chat with a little bit of a it's going to be a shorter one, I think. A slightly shorter stream. I'm shooting for about 90 minutes because I want to go visit the grandpa. My grandfather was hospitalized a couple of days ago, and I haven't gotten to see him. And, you know, tying into the concept of love, I want to go see him because I'm not entirely sure if he's going to leave the hospital, you know? As morbid as that is, and as sad as I'm, like, already starting this stream about the concept of love, like, I want to go... hello, Natia. Welcome for the raid. I raided myself because I'm in your chat as well. Thank you. So today is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream because I want to go visit him in the hospital and, you know, sit down and chat with him and basically say goodbye, because I'm genuinely not sure how long he has left, and I want to make sure that he knows that despite our less than friendly interactions while I was growing up, I still respect him as a man and, like, as an elder, and he's my grandfather, so I'm gonna go say hi to him this afternoon. So I'm not going to spend too terribly long talking today. I've also got some other things I need to do, but yeah. And that brings me to my very first quote that I picked up for this stream, actually. So, you know, with the aging of our elders, they start to get a little bit slower. Their minds stop working properly. They change, mostly for the worse. And I think it's hard for people to see that realization like right away. And a lot of times the memory of a person gets sullied by the misery that they are in at the end of their life. Like if they can't take care of themselves, or if they're, unfortunately have some sort of illness like Alzheimer's or dementia where they lose who they are, it's a very hard memory to keep with you forever when they do pass, because no one wants to remember their grandfather or their father as someone who can't take care of themselves and who doesn't remember them. So this quote is, embrace the joy of what they were instead of the grief of what they no longer are. And I think that's very important to keep in mind, that like even with friendships, but I'm going into this the context of the grandparents thing because that's how I started it. They were very capable, they were very self-sufficient, they were knowledgeable and trusted, and authority figures and symbols of respect when we were younger. And I think we need to hold on to that memory of them rather than the memory of what they became once their bodies and their minds started failing. Because otherwise, if we hold on to that memory of them for the rest of our lives, that's a very painful way to be remembered. And I wouldn't want to be remembered that way. I would like to be remembered of what I am right now. Someone who's a little bit an anime girl. But no, so that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. And I want to go and say goodbye to him. And I want him to know that I understand his misery. Because he's not doing well. He's very sick. And I think with my Here Lies Koziet, our favorite anime cat girl. Exactly. That's going to be my eulogy. I think with my life and how my last few years have gone, I think I'm probably in the best position to empathize with how my grandfather is feeling right now. And I don't think he gets much empathy, especially from the grandmother. And I think I mentioned the grandmother enough times. I don't think I need to go any further than that. That's not a fun existence. And I want him to know that I sympathize with him and that I understand that he's miserable and he probably wants to already go. And I will miss him, but I will not weep, because being sad for the loss of a loved one is, while understandable, like I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be sad when he is gone. You have to realize that they're in a better place. They're no longer suffering. They are happier after having passed on than they were in this life. And the sorrow that we feel upon their passing is a selfish sadness, that it's because that they're no longer in our lives. And it's not because that they're gone, that they're dead. It's because they're just no longer here with us. And as a mortal creature, we don't really think about the concept of eternity that much. And, they're away, they're gone for just a small amount of time in the grand scheme of things. Our lives are cosmically inferior. They are just a blink of an eye, and then we're back to being with eternity as well. So I will miss him, but it's not like he's gone forever. I will one day die as well, and we will all be together in the afterlife, whatever form that takes. No, we are all made of the same thing, and ashes to ashes, dust to dust, that sort of thing. We're all made of the same stuff. We're all more similar than we are different. And that kind of like sort of a segue out of the morbidity of death, because this is supposed to be about love. So I'm just going to go straight into the love. And I know on Twitter I said that I would start saying I love you to the homies, because I do. I genuinely love the people in my life. And I'm... Good morning, Mobius. And I'm just a little bit sad for them that they don't actually hear that often enough. Because I genuinely don't know the last time I heard someone who wasn't my mother tell me that they love me. And that realization kind of hurts, but at the same time, like, I can change that just by saying I love you to someone else. Like, I don't need to get it for me to give it, you know? And I think that's the impetus of change in the world. Where we have our friends, we have our family, we have so many people in our lives that we do genuinely love, and we don't express that often enough. And we're so bad at telling the people that we love that we do love them, that oftentimes people just have this sense that they aren't loved. Be the change you want to see in the world. Isn't that the golden rule? Yes, it is. And that's what I'm doing, you know. I think it was Saturday, I said that I would start saying I love you more often to the people in my life. And that's going to be a conscious decision that's going to take a long time for me to make a habit. But I genuinely believe that it will make my relationships with all of my friends a little bit better, a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more impactful. Friendship love is so underrated despite it being so powerful. I think that's an awesome idea to tell them that. Yes. People are scared to say it. People are scared to hear it. And it's a product of the life that we have built for ourselves, where loneliness is seen as some sort of virtue. Where if we are alone, then we're like, quote unquote, grinding, or we're like bettering ourselves. But what is the point of doing anything if you have no one to share it with? I think that's like where I'm at right now. It's like, yeah, I'm doing so much stuff off stream, and I'm doing so much stuff for myself, but I need people to share it with. Otherwise, it's a golden apple with a rotten core. Not really rotten core, it's a dusty core. You take a bite out of it and it doesn't taste like an apple. It looks great, but it's not nourishing, it's not fulfilling. And that's a life of pursuit without love. In my mind, at least. Get fries with the express intent of not sharing them. That's... I love that. I love that for you, Zertana. Thank you for bringing up the friendship love, Lumi, because the English language, this is another thing that I think about. I don't share food, period, so that's relatable. Yeah. I share all my food because I can't eat. So if I make something, I'm sharing it with someone. And that's where I grew to love cooking. Because it's a symbol of care. It's a symbol of love. It's a symbol of affection, where I put in time and effort into doing something, into creating something. And then I'm giving that to someone else. And usually I start with the idea of giving it to a specific person before I even make the thing. So the act of cooking, say if I can make a cake for the next door neighbor, like it's the next door neighbor's birthday, so I'll make him a cake. That's a symbol of caring. That's a symbol of love. Cooking a meal for yourself and other people is pretty different from sharing the food from your meal, in your opinion. That is true. That is true. If you start with the idea that you're going to share, then it's a much fuller experience than if you just made something and it's like, okay, well, you can have some. But I don't eat. Like right now, my lunch is a dozen pretzel sticks. That's my entire lunch. So, yeah, take that as you will. But I still love cooking. I love sharing it. I love giving it away. I love hearing that people love my cooking. And maybe they don't actually love my cooking, but at the same time, like, who cares? I'm giving them something and they're experiencing it, and I love that. I love the experience of it. But that's just one of the ways that you can express love for people who are in your life. And there's a million different things that you can do. And you know, the English language, I went off on a tangent there. Like, we go back to the English language. The English language is awful at differentiating between different kinds of love. And there's a lot of different kinds of love. There's, you know, what we said, friendship love, there's romantic love, there's parental love, the love that you have for a pet, or some sort of object, like a symbol of attachment to some sort of object, like sentimental love. And then there's the love that you have for the outside or for nature. And then there's, like, I'm about to go like super mumbo jumbo here. There is a level of love above all of that that very few people ever get to experience, and even less people are able to explain it. And I don't think I'll be able to explain it properly here, but I'm going to give it my damnedest. The best way for me to, like, succinctly put it together, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, and I'm still not quite there in how I can make this understandable to most people. It makes sense in my head, but I'm fucking weird. The highest form of love is the love of God. And I'm not saying, like, the Christian God, like the bearded man in the sky. When I say God, I mean existence. I mean the universe. I mean every single thing and every single entity, every single person in existence. You can experience a love so deep and so divine that you can love everything that you see. And so few people get to experience that. And not, like, no one ever talks about that sort of love. And it often comes to you, it came to me, at least, in my darkest moment. In some of my darkest moments, I should say. Because I've had a lot of very dark moments, but just being able to recognize that I am made of the same stuff as, say, this desk that I'm sitting at, or the tree outside. And being able to share in the collective experience that is life with other people, with every single other human being, with every single other animal, every plant, blade of grass, even the dirt. Like, you can love everything. And that's so hard for people to wrap their minds around, because we are finite creatures just inherently as things that we cannot identify with other things, because we believe that we are our body or we are our mind. And it's very quickly conditioned into us that we are an individual. And while that is technically kind of true, we are more than that. We are, you know, if you break it down, we are stardust, just like everything else. So we're made of the exact same material as everything that we see. And so there's a sense of unity that comes from that realization, that true realization. Like, flavors of non-dualism this morning. Love it. Yeah. So the concept that we are more than our own being is so hard to wrap your mind around, and I'm doing a very bad job of explaining it, because I'm not quite there yet in my own life. That I am not just me. I am everything, and everything is me. I am one with the universe, and that sort of epiphany. You're made of coffee today. Yeah. Coffee and cat hair. But yeah, so like, God, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's this divine. The English language fails me here, because it is a divine feeling that I've only had twice in my life, for just a brief moment where I felt eternity. And it's so hard to describe. It's like a moment of being hit by a truck where I literally had to sit down and process it, where I saw the moment of nirvana or something, I guess, but it only came as a moment. But it fundamentally changed how I view the world. When I saw every single future that I could have in the flash of a moment, I realized that I am so lost in the sauce right now. You have no idea. I've never actually like verbalized this before. It's like seeing a flower in the middle of a concrete jungle where there's nothing but despair and death around you, but this little tiny flower is here. And that flower is a symbol of life, that you can persevere. Someone get this man some bread to mop up all the sauce. So the very first time it hit me, I was walking through the hallways of the Mayo Clinic. And for all you non-Americans out there, the Mayo Clinic is one of the like top-rated hospitals for a lot of different diseases and stuff. We spent like a 3-day drive going over there for a surgery that I needed to have, and no one else would even touch me. So I was there in Mayo Clinic a couple of days before my surgery, and we were just walking through the hallways, and it hit me like a truck. Like God reached down and touched me, and I saw my futures, all of my futures. The Mayo Clinic is a physical place. There's multiple physical places. There's one in Minnesota, there's one in Florida, and I want to say there's one in Arizona. But they're one of the best. They're the best hospital in America. I'm just gonna toss that out there. They specialize in like really, really difficult things to fix for other hospitals, and I had to go there for one of my issues. You literally only know it as a website, and for the vast majority of people, that's all you need to know it as. But I was there, and I had this moment of finding God. I don't want to call myself a Christian because my beliefs in that sort of stuff are a little bit wonky, a little bit unorthodox. But saying I found God is probably the best way to put it. It's like I realized I was more than a person. I was more than a physical body. There was a spirit within me that could sense everything around me in a much deeper level than words can describe. And I realized that love comes from that depth. It's not a emotion. Love is not an emotion. Love is not a feeling. It's a deeply religious experience, and anyone can feel it. Everyone knows what love is, but no one really knows. Airlifting you a copy of the Upanishads for real. Send that to me in a DM so I can remember it, because I might be really interested in reading that. But everyone knows what, like, romantic love, everyone knows that. Everyone has an idea, everyone has a concept of that. But no one really understands it unless you feel it for yourself. Like, you can't explain it to someone. And that's the way I feel about this, like, love of God, or the love of everything, where it's just a deep-seated peace where I can sit on the front porch for half an hour, no music, no phone. I sit there and I enjoy just being there. Listen, Morty, I hate to break it to you, but what people call love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits hard, Morty, then it slowly fades, leaving you stranded in a failing marriage. I did it. Your parents are gonna do it. Break the cycle, Morty. Rise above. Focus on science. Fucking Christ. Oh, Jesus. You don't really know what any kind of love is supposed to feel like. You can form attachments, but they don't really feel like anything to me. So it's... what you're going through, Mobius, is it's a superficial thing. And maybe you don't need me to say that. Maybe you already understand that. But love starts within. And I'm still grappling with how it is cultivated. Because you don't find love. I know that. You do not find it. You cultivate it. You hold it in your hand. And you cherish it. And you're gentle with it. And you plant it like a seed in a garden. And over time, it does bloom into love. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it's very quick. But you don't just like see someone and love them. And, you know, the love of a parent or the love of a friend, that's a huge issue with people today. People get married without knowing what a marriage is. All the rom-coms lied to you. Exactly. The rom-com formula is what's wrong with the world. They love the idea of love, but they don't know what real love is. Yes. So what most people think is love is just attraction. Attraction is a component in relationships, but it's nowhere near love. That is true. Attraction is purely physical. Love isn't even emotional. It's not even mental. Love is spiritual. Attraction is the chemical reaction. So that's what Rick was saying. But true love, true deep love, that's a divine feeling. And we're in a world where the soul is neglected severely. Most people live their life only in the physical world, and that's deeply disheartening. I've heard it said that love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is active and not passive. Love is an active choice. Let's put those two ideas together. Love is an active choice that you decide to make, Mobius. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. It doesn't have to be like you give flowers to someone or whatever. Like with me, where I've actively started to say I love you to my friends. That is an active choice to cultivate love within my life. If you do not take the step to bring love out, you will not get love back. Because the world responds to you. The world is a mirror. And you have to see the beauty of the world before you can experience the beauty yourself. If you let it. You have to let it. And a lot of people don't know how to let it. Like, when I was younger, I was deeply enamored with the brain, with intelligence, with thought. And so my entire world was logical thinking and rationalization. A brilliant song about it is If I Didn't Have You by Tim Minchin. I'm gonna take a note of that to listen to that later. If I Didn't Have You, Tim Minchin. So I've never heard of that song, but I will listen to it after the stream. So like when I was younger, I was deeply enamored with the intelligence. And because of that, I never developed real connection with anyone around me. I was very lonely. But I thought, I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm better than everyone around me. I don't need them. I don't need these animalistic urges that people call emotions. Like, I'm above that. I am the next evolution of man. And that's what I thought in high school. But over time, I got very, very angry. I got very, very sad. I was depressed. I was lonely. And it took me years to realize that it was because I closed my heart off to the love of the world, to the love of God. I want to bring it back. And when I realized that, it broke me for a moment. And then I started to work on that. In order to work on that, you have to be prepared to feel pain. And I think I was too scared of the pain of loss or the pain of rejection to really figure that out when I was younger. And this isn't something that I'm completely immune to anymore. Like, I'm still terrified of connection, and I'm terrified of commitment. And I talked about this a couple of times, but the best way out of the fear of something is to inundate yourself with it, just to immerse yourself in it. And of course, that's not true for literally everything, but it's true for most fears. So I'm tackling my fear of love and connection by saying I love you to my friends. Or, find someone special, and if I find someone special, I'm just like shower them with affection and gifts and like let them know that I genuinely appreciate them in my life. And that's true for everyone. So that's why I'm going to see my grandfather. It's like, even though we're not super close, he still needs to hear that from me. And I think it'll do him good to hear that, and it'll do me good to say it. And I don't want to leave anything unsaid with any of my relationships. Because we never know when the last time we'll see that other person will be. We can make assumptions. Because, like, I don't expect to die tomorrow. But it could happen. You never know. But with my grandpa, I don't know when he's going to go. He's not doing too well. So I need to do that now. Need to go there, say my goodbyes, and leave nothing unsaid. And that is the impetus of me talking about love today. One of the impetuses. I've had a couple of reasons to do it this week, but that's a big one. I don't know where I'm going to go anymore. I'm a little bit lost. Let me think about this for a second. The life is not worth living if you're not sharing it with anyone. I think I've already said that. So, but to open yourself up to love is to risk being hurt. And I know a lot of people are jaded and sad because of being hurt in the past. And you just have to take it. You just have to accept the fact that in order to love, you have to risk being hurt. Because that's just the price you pay. It's just the price you pay, because everything comes at a cost. Every good thing has an equally bad cost. And people are afraid to pay that. Understandably so, too. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not judging anyone. Like, I'm still scared to commit myself to love. To, like, if I went into a relationship, I would have to tell the person that, like, hey, I'm fucking terrified right now, by the way. Like, please bear with me while I get over my fear that you're going to leave me. Or that you actually don't like me. Because that's another thing. It's like, I go on these tangents where it's like, you need to love yourself. And that is true. Like, you do need to love yourself before you can love other people. But other people can help you learn to love yourself. You just have to let them in. You have to be open. You ever feel like you think about it too much, too deeply? I think about everything too deeply. I often find myself tormented by my own thoughts. And until recently, I've never really had an outlet for that. Overthinkers gang, gang, gang. And, with my rational, logical brain, life's short, suffering won't last long anyways. That is true. And letting yourself be open to love, that a friend's family, etc., is a form of self-love, I think. Yes. Yeah, okay, so we had like 3 different like threads come in first, like right there. suffering is guaranteed. We just have to choose what kind of suffering we take. And I'm getting to the point where I'm okay with choosing the suffering of heartbreak rather than the suffering of loneliness. Because as a social animal, and I do admit that I am a social animal, even if I am like incredibly socially awkward and super introverted, I do need other people in my life that I can say I love. And I'm very thankful that in recent months I have been able to cultivate a small group of people that I do genuinely love, that I love to call my friends, and a lot of them are in this chat right now. But I have to be okay with the fear of heartbreak, and I think I'm getting to that point. It's a slow process. It's obviously just not like just a switch, but it is a process that I am going through. And I have to accept the fact that it is out of my control. As a logical creature, I have to realize that love is not a logical thing. It is insanity. And I have to embrace that insanity in order to live a full life. And that's where people get tripped up on it, is they want to bring logic into it, but you can't bring logic into something that's spiritual, because it just doesn't make any sense. You have to embrace the nonsense. You have to embrace the silliness of the spiritual in order for it to positively affect you. Because life is meant to be fun, and the way to be fun is to let your spirit take the lead sometimes. And I know that sounds fucking quirky and kooky and all that sort of stuff, but I do genuinely believe it. That, you know, the human being, capital B being, has three parts to it. And a lot of people will... it's the Holy Trinity. Essentially, the Father, Ghost, Holy Spirit, and all that sort of stuff. But it's not that. It's the body, it's the mind, and it's the soul. Or the heart. You can say it's the heart. Some people don't believe in souls. Let your spirit take the lead. Low-key tattoo worthy right there, not gonna lie. Yeah, sometimes I come up with bangers. But all three of those parts, the heart, the mind, and the body, they all have to be in alignment. They all have to be healthy. You have to take care of all three individually. Otherwise, you're not going to be a healthy human being. And we live in a modern world that is purely in the physical realm. So the vast majority of people that live do not take care of their spirit. They do not take care of their soul, their heart. And it's no wonder to me that the rate of loneliness and the rate of depression and mental illness and the general quality of life is getting worse by the day. They don't care for their heart, physically or spiritually. Yeah. The physical part is just the body. But, like, you have to take care of your heart. You have to... And the best way to take care of your soul is with other people. It's loving another person. It is serving other people. It is focusing on them and not yourself. The infatuation with the extreme individualism that we have cultivated in the past couple of decades has utterly destroyed the sense of a community that we had, I should say. Your heart is filled with mozzarella. Just take the stick and just shove it into your vein. Just leave it there. I'm sure that'll be healthy for you. But everyone is so infatuated with the idea of being an individual. This is how you're being a goober. This is how you deal with heavy conversation. And to each their own, obviously. And like, I appreciate you being here and bringing some levity to it, because, you know, sometimes I just get a little bit too serious and a little bit too dour, even when I'm supposed to be talking about love. I was about to say the epidemic of individualism, but I think it is still that. It is that, where people are so enamored with themselves and their egos that they don't know how to truly love another human being. That's a lot of people. A lot of people are like that. And the concept of surrendering yourself in the service of another person or multiple people, like you could go be a volunteer worker, you could go work in a hospital or whatever. The notion of surrendering yourself wholly to another person in order to love them is a deeply terrifying concept to someone who's never had to worry about another person in their life on that level. Now, I'm not saying everyone who's like super individualistic is super selfish, but if they do not have that sense of being part of a larger collective, they will always be alone and they will always feel lonely, no matter how many people they have around them. And so I used to be an individualist. Now, not so much. Like, I understand the dangers of extreme individualism, but I also understand the dangers of extreme collectivism, because we are still individual human beings on some level. But we are not isolated. We're not an island. We're not completely alone in a solipsistic nightmare where everyone around us is just a figment of our own imagination, fit to like keep us in some sort of Matrix style tube or whatever. It's like, we're all human beings. We're all real people. We all have our own lives and our own problems and our own like goals and dreams and nightmares and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all basically the same. We're more similar than we are different. And with that realization, we can come to the fact, sounds like something an agent of the Matrix would say, hey, look, I'm just saying, you had some weird dreams. Don't worry about those. I'm actually just, I used to know a solipsist. I used to be a solipsist. It's a very miserable experience. It is awful. It is so sad. You have no one to share anything with. It is lonely. And sorry. A little bit of emotion just came over me for a second there. The solipsist I knew was insufferable and used the "well, you can't prove you're real" card to justify bad behavior. Yeah. And that's the point. That's the point of solipsism, is to be able to get away with stuff that a normal, moral human being would never even think of doing. The virtue of life. Oh, I'm dropping frames. Uh-oh. Are we good? Are we okay? What's going on? Can you guys still hear me? I hope I didn't just like crash. Okay now? Okay. Wipes brow. The solipsistic life and the nihilistic life, they're all deeply lonely. They're all deeply isolating, and anyone who truly believes in those mindsets cannot be happy. Like, they have destroyed any chance that they have of having true happiness. Some connection issues. Hello, Rascal. Probably Xfinity. It's my bitrate's coming back up, so I should be okay. But I did drop a couple of frames there. It's probably Xfinity. Hello, Feisty Juice. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Oh, no, it's happening again. But I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm very glad that even though I didn't say I'm going live, that everyone is here and they're chatting, and you know, I'm not talking to an empty room. I'm not talking to a bunch of figments of my imagination. We're all together in this, and I love sharing these thoughts, or are we? Uh-oh. Nihilism is alright if you take it as nothing matters, so I'll make it matter. Instead of nothing matters, so I'll just die in a hole. If you come up with the idea that because there is no inherent meaning to life, therefore I will make my own meaning, that's not nihilism. I don't think that's true nihilism, because true nihilism is there is no meaning to life, so I might as well enjoy the ridiculousness of it. But if you could that's the point of life, honestly, Sartana. Like, being able to create your own meaning for your existence is the point of life. Life is kind of like a movie. My goal is to make the best one possible. Yeah, is that... What is the name of that? Question. What's up, Neon? What's up with... What's going on? What can I help you with? I'll take this... What did you walk into? I'm finally starting to eat my lunch. An hour after I took my medicine to be able to eat lunch. This, my friend Neon Rascal, is called Monday Musings. Thank you for the hydrate. Where I will just sit here and waffle on about whatever's on my mind for like an hour or an hour and a half. And I think it's a lot of fun. So, I hope everything's okay. Too early. It is 6 a.m. Good lord. Okay, so maybe you're a little bit... Maybe it's a little bit too early for having these sort of deep conversations, but... Yeah, this is something I started doing last week, where every Monday I will sit down and have a chat about basically whatever I want. And usually it's about some sort of like deep concept, because I'm a thinker. And I really appreciate having these conversations and like being able to bounce things off of chat. You considered going back to bed, but you saw you were live while looking for background noise. I appreciate that. I genuinely appreciate that. Can I steal your idea but do it for businesses? Yeah. There is no thievery. There is no stealing here. If I say something that like resonates with someone, please take it. Take it and share it. Like, my name... So I had this thought a couple days ago, and this is like, what I'm doing is I'm trying to elevate people's experiences with life a little bit. I'm not saying like I'm going to be some sort of like spiritual leader or anything like that, but I do want to help people find the beauty in life. You know, because a lot of people live day by day in a sort of quiet desperation where they need something better in their lives, but they don't know how to get it. And I'm not saying I'm the answer. I'm not saying I'm the answer. I'm not saying I have the answers, but I want to be able to ignite a spark within someone's spirit. More like Culto Koziet. Look. That's okay. Look, that's in a couple years. All right. Need to have a better mental. I think I'm trying to get people to have a better mental. You know, Neon. Whereas like I'm not a spiritual leader, but I want to be able to cultivate a spark in people for them to be able to go on a journey of their own, that they find their peace. I think peace and the ability to find it is our greatest superpower. And if I can help people find their peace with my insane ramblings, then I think my job is done. And they can take whatever I say and they can share it with whatever. But like, I don't care if my name gets spread, but if my message gets spread, then that's good, because that means I'm doing something correct. You'd love to run a cult. I think I'd be really good at getting new members. Oh man. I don't want to be a leader of anything. I just want to say what's on my mind, and if it helps someone else, then good. That's good. But I'm not going to sit here and say that people need to follow me. If I have a good idea, then sure. Never drinking anything that Koziet has provided. Shower thoughts. Yeah, so basically this entire stream is just me just shower thoughting. Just sit here with some relaxing music and just the stream of consciousness. Do we have a standard uniform and haircut? Yes. At your cult initiation, I will give you all each headbands that have cat ears on them. And we will be pizza with watermelon topping or water pizza. What the fuck? Not the cat girl cult. You dig it? Let's go. How did this happen? Black pants, white shirts. Hi, Julian. The cool, no cat ear headbands. How did this happen? Oh, thank you for the one gifted sub. Who did you give it to? Plymouth. Who is Plymouth? I've never seen their name before. But congratulations to Plymouth for the tier 1 sub. Plymouth is a recognizable name. Kuwu. No. No. No, 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 no. We are not going down this road. We are not going down this road. I am not an Uwu girl. You disappear now? Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Neon. Good luck for the day, and I hope I didn't, like, weird you out too much. See you later, alligator. Yeah, see you, man. Hope you have a good day. I don't know, the shoe fits. No. No, 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 Scooter. We're not going down that road. The Kowozi Kuwult. I don't even know how to say that. Kowozi. Oh man, we need to have a chat about what to actually call you guys, because you know every VTuber has a fan name. We live on the road now. Oh boy. And you know, like every established VTuber has a moniker for their fan names, and I will be the first to say I don't have any fans. I have friends. But if you want a collective name, notice as you'll spew with tourism. Fuck. That hurts. Another hydrate, thank you. God, it's so bad. It is so awful. But you're welcome. What a nightmare. When you're a crow tingle, we can be your mirror. Yes. But that's so... I don't want to like ruin your suggestion because I do enjoy the suggestion. But I imagine with so many other crow VTubers out there that the term murder is probably very overused in terms of like the fan name. Koziet's murder cult doesn't have a great chance at PR. No, it doesn't. Definitely does not. The I did have, since I'm a crow tingle soul gardener or like a soul tender, I did have this conversation with other people where it's like you could be the souls in my garden, where I just call you wisps, but there has to be at least 3 of us present for it to be a murder. Well, there's 3 of you in chat right now, so yeah, it works out. But no, I'm not gonna go for murder. It's a little bit dark, I guess. If we are crows, wisps. Yeah, Lumi. I forgot to tell you that part of the lore. 8,000 cult members here right now. There's no way there's 8,000 people here. I would freak the fuck out if there was 8,000 people watching me just wax on rambling as if I was a fucking insane cult leader. But yeah, so the concept of love is a wonderful and terrible thing. So we're gonna get back on track here. It's something that we all want to experience. It's something we all need to experience in our lives in order to like have some sort of fulfilling life. I think if you don't want to feel love, if you don't want to feel loved, I think there's something wrong with you. And you can be scared of it, and I'm scared of it. And I think it's very natural to be scared of it, because it does open yourself up to pain, and no one likes to feel pain. But it's the only way to have a deep and meaningful existence, is to be able to share it with someone else, you know? Scooter, I've been talking about love this entire time. What do you mean love you right now? It's been an hour. You've been playing Counter-Strike. Hello friends, so you're late? You were at the gym? Hey, no. Okay. Alright, Aaron. I exist, therefore it's a problem. Sure. Sure. You were on a call? Okay, that's fine. Aaron, I do not want you to apologize for having a life outside of the stream. I do not want you to apologize for actively improving yourself by going to the gym. I would rather have you live your life and find your peace. I would rather have you find your peace than be here with me. And I'm not saying that because I don't like you. I love you, man. Like, you are a fantastic person. I want you to be happy. Merlin, hello, welcome. You did make it. Literally excommunicated from the cult. But I genuinely want you to find your peace out in the world. And if that means that you're not here in chat, then that's fine. I'm more than happy for that. You know how much you sacrificed. I want you to be happy. Reminds me, you have some news for me. Uh-oh, let's hear it. I'm excited. What are you playing, Counter-Strike and not streaming? I'm not playing anything right now. I did have the thought to actually like stream Counter-Strike, but I don't know. You don't feel the desire to be around people, and while chatting and hanging out here is nice, I do recognize that it's not the same thing as going and being around people in person. You make a Discord server to dump your writings so you don't have to keep sending them to people. That's a good idea. I think we talked about that earlier. Alright, Mobius, come play Predecessor. After stream, after my daily stuff I had to go to, because I do have to go like visit the grandfather. Like I said at the beginning of the stream. You don't feel the desire to be around people. That's... While I understand that, because I'm very similar. I don't like crowds. I don't like being around people. Definitely a difference between hanging out with people and hanging out with people. Yeah. You can find a semblance of community and connection online. And as someone who was unable to leave the house for years because of illness, I got all of my social connection online. It's okay to be chronically online if you have a community of people around you. And it seems like you are doing okay for yourself, Mobius, you know. Being around real people is not always the best option. It's not always an option. So the fact that you're here and you're chatting in stream means that you are a social person. Even if you don't consciously think that you want to be social, you just being here and you interacting in chat gives you that socialization that you may subconsciously want. I don't want to put like the feelings inside of you for you. I'm not like speaking for you. But you're still here, and I appreciate that. Like I have genuine gratitude towards you for being here and being active. And what Aaron just said, interactions in general can be good in themselves, and it doesn't have to be in person. You don't have to be using your voice. No, just chatting with a streamer. Sometimes that's all the socialization a lot of people get. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. Come play Predecessor with us. I need to install it. We're taking a break. Oh, I can eat! Even though most of you guys are subscribers. So we're not even like doing an ad break, but I need to eat. I've had 3 pretzel sticks in the past hour. I also missed that last hydrate. Thank you, Julian. Pretzel mukbang, let's go. Yeah, it's a mukbang. I think I've said my piece, honestly, on the concept of love. I obviously wanted to get even deeper into the concept of love of God and the divine unity that we all have with everything in existence. But I'm not quite there yet to be able to vocalize it in a way that makes sense. Otherwise, I would be waxing on for an hour to get like one sentence of like valuable content out. Should probably go make breakfast? You probably should. That's probably a good idea. Food is important. Nourish the body. Eat something that you enjoy to nourish the soul as well. Food is a great balm for spiritual problems. But yeah, Scooter, I'll install Predecessor, but then I'll have to like leave the house, so while it's installing I can get my life done. But if you ever stream ASMR food eating, we're fighting. Well, I'm trying to keep the crunching to a minimum so you don't actually hear it. I'm not going to be an ASMR streamer in any capacity, so you do not have to worry about that. I'll champion for you. Please, ASMR mukbang. No. Face reveal? No. You need crab legs and squelching and sauce and slurping. God, no. This cult sucks. Yes, it does. Welcome to the cult. Sardana gets it. Stuff makes you sick to your stomach to listen to. Never mind. Watch. Well, first off, I want to make it very clear that I do not eat. I very rarely eat real food. So I don't think a mukbang is ever going to happen. You like this channel, you would not attend that stream. I don't think I would attend that stream, and it's my channel. Slorp was such a good word choice. Was it? It was. It was so good. Your little mouth sounds are not like this. 100% on more hydration. God. Thank you. Get absolutely showered in hydration, idiot. Us forcing you to drink water is us showering you with affection. Get absolutely watered, loser. Slurp it up. What the fuck is wrong with this? Slorp it! Fuck! That word cannot become a joke. Can't hear you on mic. Get closer. I'm not going to slurp water on the mic. That is... No. No, that's not happening. That's never going to happen. And we are not making slurp a meme on this channel, okay? That's not happening. I'm making the executive decision to ban the word slorp. You're gonna go with no on that? No! Why is it always the silly things that become the memes? What have you created? What have you created, Zertana? How dare you? Created a monster. It's too late. It's too late. The end has come. the vile creature known as Slorp has invaded our home. We can do nothing about it. It is a mental parasite. It is a mind contagion. Memory of your cousin's dog drinking water. Just slorp, 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 slorp. Fuck. Okay. So we're at the point where we have gone off the rails, and there is no coming back onto the rails. Praise Slorp. It's a slorp or be slorped world down here in the underground. Why? Why? Why Slorp? You couldn't have come up with an actual word. Christ. Okay. Well, here we are. We were talking about love, right? Yeah, we were. But you know, these funny little moments, these memes. Love is all about slurping. Indeed, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, you guys being here and you guys coming up with these silly little jokes, that's a form of love. As sappy and as sentimental as that sounds, like, you having fun in chat is love. And so I'll take the word slorp, because it's a symbol of affection. Even if it's fucked, even if it's cursed, even if it's an absolute fucking nightmare, that's what we're doing. It's a form of love. And may not be what I wanted, but it is something that is what happens. These things happen organically. I have no control over it. Love is to slorp those who would slorp you as well. What? Fucking losing my mind. Slorp lore win. Is Slorp going to be the name of our mascot? This has taken such a turn. Indeed, Lumi. Absolutely wild. Slorp be with you. Oh no. No, 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 do not. Do not say that. The community name of Slorpors. No. Get clorped. Reach to your neighbors and offer them slorp. Oh no, we are absolutely fucking insane. How in the world am I going to make a comeback when people realize that you guys are called slorps? Another hydrate. Good lord, Julian, you were on it. Create a cult and make everyone buy a shirt. The cult of Slorp. So I'm going to make a T-Slorp, is what you're saying. A T-Slorp. Sartana, what you just said is absolutely cursed. If someone came to you and told you that they and their mates were gonna slorp over and hang out with the slorps, I'd become a slorp in minutes. What the actual fuck? This is getting so fucking out of hand. Good lord. Sounds reasonable. The good news, the sign-up sheet's pretty short. Way faster than... So, you know, I'm part of Camelot. I'm going to be the cleric of Camelot. I'm the spiritual leader. I am the healer. I am the chaperone of the other people in Camelot, and my people are named Slorps. What the fuck? We ask this for your signature and firstborn child. We need the firstborn child, okay? Because that's the only way to be able to increase the Slorp numbers. That's pretty unslorp-like. And so for every sign-up that we get 2 members of the Slorp community. You and your firstborn kid. Doesn't matter about like who you make the kid with. We just want the kid. So we can, you know, raise them with the virtuous nature of Slorpdom within their minds. So they know no other way of life other than Slorp. Going fucking insane. And then we get here. Thank you for the gift sub to Merlin. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Merlin is the organizer of Camelot. The fact that you've given him a sub is hilarious to me. I cannot believe that my fucking insane ramblings about the concept of love have turned into the insane ramblings of Slorp. Sunday Slorp streams? No. I work on Sunday. I can't do a stream on the weekend. Yesterday you made mac and cheese. The recipe called for half a stick of butter. There was not enough in the dish, so you got a new one out with the intent to use the other half of it today. My mom took from the half stick that was out instead of the butter dish, so now I have to approximate how much butter to use. Sub? No, he got slorped. What the fuck is going on? I'm losing my mind. It's insane. I'll have you know I've never felt more right. So... No, I work on both days on the weekend, so... Sunday Slorp and Saturday Slorp are just not going to be a thing. I'm so very sorry, Scooter. Movius, you just use the butter. And if you need more, you just add more butter. You know? Cooking isn't an exact science. Especially when you're making something like mac and cheese. You just go until it looks good. You go until when you're like messing around, mixing it in the pan, it makes that slurp noise. When it starts making that slurp noise, that's perfect mac and cheese. And that's true for everything. You're busy slurping on the weekend, understandable. Oh no, this is it. This is life. This is my stream now. I'm not a streamer anymore. I'm a slorper. Lumi, you need to save me. Now, speaking of, actually, Thursday at 8 p.m. I will be on Lumiora Lumen's channel talking about a lot of similar stuff like this. Well, not the slurping part, like the first part of the stream when I was talking about love. I'll be on her stream talking about philosophy and answering questions that her chat may have. Because I am definitely in a position to be an authority figure on life. But if I hit her with the shout out, maybe, I hope, does that work? It does. The slurp verse is growing. Okay, so I will be on her stream at 8 p.m. EST on Thursday, just talking about life. You can show up, you don't have to show up. But I do want to say, if you show up, keep the slurping to a minimum, because it's not my channel that we're going to be on, okay? So like, I don't want to inundate her chat with my insane community. Fucking going insane. Like to have your sauce mix ready to dump in when the pasta's done and drained, so when you need 4 tablespoons of butter, I have it ready beforehand. Yeah, that's generally good practice to do with cooking, is just to have everything ready beforehand. The philosophy of slurp time. Oh man, I'm going to have an entire document on the lore of slurp. the laws of Slorp ready by Thursday. It's a way of life. The Slorp verse. What an absolute fucking nightmare. Another hydrate, Jules. Julian. My god. There's no way you're getting that many points. You like water? I also like water. And the virtue that I can't drink anything else. Soda hurts my tummy. Okay. So we have hit... I did say at the beginning of the stream that I would be only streaming for about an hour, 90 minutes or so. Because I do have real world obligations that I gotta go to. I've gotta bake some cookies for someone special. I gotta go visit my grandpa. I've gotta go, like, pick up the ingredients to bake those cookies, first off. And I just need to go talk to my grandpa. And then I also need to schedule a eye doctor's appointment. That's what I'm looking to do. So I've got a huge laundry list of things that I need to do today. So I need to go slurp out in the real world. I cannot believe this is a thing. What have you done, Zartana? But I'm going to maybe find someone to send you off to. We'll see who's on. But I want to sincerely thank everyone for being here and for entertaining me and for entertaining my ideas. You're an agent of chaos. You are very much an agent of chaos. No one online that I am comfortable sending you guys over to. So you're basically the Joker. You're the jester. But a genuine thank you. Like, honestly, like, you guys showing up, and you've made my day. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Slorp on. I'm going to scream once I hit the stop streaming button. This is a nightmare. But I hope you have a good day. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And remember that love is a choice, and you can choose to love every day. So remember that I love you guys, and I will see you later. Slorp on. Fucking Christ.